Hey guys, Yasser here again. Bad news. Reddit vs 4chan Battlefield 3 64-man tournament has been delayed 2 weeks. So with that in mind, I decided to create a few videos showing some of the maps that we're going to be playing in this 64-man match. And one of the maps we're playing is this one we see right here. It's 64-man Damavand Peak, but not Conquest. It's on Rush. And I don't know a lot about Rush. I play Rush, I might know the concept behind it, but I haven't put enough hours into Rush maps to have a really good feel for what works and what doesn't work, especially for 64 people. I play mostly Conquest and Squad Rush, and that's because I focus more on organized matches more so than pubbing. But I did know someone who knows quite a bit about Rush, and that was Pwnstar, who plays on the AV Pwnstar tournament with me as well. He plays nothing but Rush, and so I asked him to jump in the server with me and talk about some of the observations that he had about this map, what works, what doesn't work, and everything's around those lines. And so here's Damavand Peak, got a picture of it, but enough about me talking. Let's go right into some of this dialogue that he and I have, and let's figure out what we think works and may not work, and maybe we'll even use some of these tactics in the match in 2 weeks from now. So enjoy.
All right, defensive strategies.
Okay, so I'm on defender, and I'm going to
I'm coming down to you right now.
A and B right now.
All right, where do you want to go?
Well, let me just throw a few observations at you of what I've noticed on this map thus far. And again, these are more observations that I've ascertained from playing the Squad Rush version of this. But I've noticed that on the far east flank, that if you can sort of cross the no man's land all the way on the far east side, you can get over this area where I'm at right now, which is sort of where the double stacks are and these two blue crates. Once you get into this area, you can sort of build sort of a stronghold, if you will, and then start pushing B accordingly. A, on the other hand, on that far west side, is a lot more difficult to push up, although you can use some of the rocks and terrain to your advantage. But it seems to me that it's much more of a you're much more exposed relative to a west side push.
Yeah.
So what do you have in mind?
Well, come here. First things first. I'll show you my the two rushes because you're gonna need a heavy presence on A.
Okay.
B, like you said, that side over there, you got the cover if you could do it. Now the one thing that I would suggest, I'm right here by the way.
Where are you? Next to A or B?
I'm right here in the street.
Oh, okay.
Up top here. You see me? I see you.
All right. Oh, there you are. I see. There you go.
Now, the one thing people don't, the one advantage you'll have if you don't actually have people in the rocks, and there's usually one or two guys that come this way from the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right up here.
Yep.
Now, people come from the street all the time, but a smart way to actually take a move is to come down right here and then drop down and run. And I know it seems like you're wide open, but no one ever really looks here. And if you get to, like, down here, you got cover from the rocks. And anyone on the ground area, there's just bushes and the fence, and it's a lot of cover to jump down. I'll show you my rush over here on the mountainside.
Now, with this kind of push, do you think a smoke, in conjunction with smoke, is worth going?
That may be okay. That's what I would suggest for the last set of MCOMs, a wave of smoke.
Okay.
And I know it sounds weird, but if you get everyone in the assault class rocking smoke, switch out last second. Now, you're probably gonna get you got a barrier right here.
This is the maximum I can go.
Okay. Well. You can go up and down. You're safe right here. This is like the dead zone, right?
Yeah.
So if you stay on the rocks, you could do this like all the way down.
I see. Yeah, no, I've noticed.
That's one simple way. My rush is entirely different. That's what I see most people do. Mine's kind of ballsy, but you hurt yourself unless you do it just right.
Okay.
So come back up here and I'll show it to you. This is like and it's actually cool. So unless you're shot in midair, it's a simple run. What I do is I just straight jump off this rock and glide down.
Oh, cool.
Crutch?
No, no, I'm fine. I got it.
Yeah, if you jump and there's a little thing that hangs out. If you hit that or hit this wall right here, you slide down without hurting yourself.
That's what I did.
It's a quick rush. Spawn beacons are essential for this. You put beacons either up on that hill, and you can end up landing on A. Okay. You put a beacon behind this wall anywhere, which can be blown up, by the way. Okay. You put a beacon anywhere behind this, and you can land anywhere, even up there on the top.
Now, for the spawn beacons, is there sort of so right now, I'm just for sake of looking at this, I am 60 meters away from A. if you place it
Put
perhaps...
a beacon here, you can land on the B from here.
But is there any place up here as attackers that you can put a beacon down where it can't easily be shot out by the defenders and then land on A or B?
Put it like right here, behind this rock. Unless somebody's up in that window, they're not going to shoot it, and even still, they're not going to bother. Where I'm standing right here, fully covered. You see where I'm standing? Up here, where I showed you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so right here's a good place to put the beacon. It's in the shade, ready to go.
I see you mean.
And if you could get a presence and you can get somebody to actually parachute up into that building, it provides a great spawn point for people to jump down from the back, from the sides, stuff like that. So if you can land in that building, you don't want to put too many in there though. That would be fucked up if you put too many in there.
Too many in the building,
now,
you mean? Because you're putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, and one of my rushes, I'm right here. Where you at?
I'm on you.
Alright, we'll hop on down here. Something's auto balancing.
It's auto balancing right now? Shit.
Said it would. Morning 202.
Yeah, I'm. Wow.
running down here.
Wow, I can totally spawn. Yeah, I just spawned your spawn beacon. And I was totally on B. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that beacon can get you somewhere else. That's why I like using that wall as cover. Now that's the biggest tool that you'll be able to use right now on this map on defense.
Okay.
Is the first set of MCOMs. You could destroy all the walls of every building that has an MCOM.
And so it would be conducive then to
RPG them.
Try to expose them as much as possible. RPG,
Yeah, I mean it gives just as much of an advantage to defense, but again, if you can manage to squeeze somebody, it's a preference. I mean, you can use it as cover and try to sneak in there quick. If that doesn't work, blow it the fuck open.
Yeah, you can go total war on this and expose it to the point where if they want to,
you can open up all those walls.
Yeah, if they want to actually put anything on their, if they want to put a guy on the MCOM, an attacker, I mean, they're gonna be way exposed. So it would require the attackers to push the defenders all the way back into their spawn in order to actually do it.
The common place for people to hide after they plant's right here.
Yes.
That's an obvious one. One little cool thing I don't know. Not too many people pay attention to this, but you can completely cover the MCOM from that little window.
Yes, I like little windows.
What I used to do, what I used to actually do a lot.
Yeah, let's go. Go ahead and blow up both the MCOMs. Let's go to the next stage while we're at it.
Alright, well hang on, there was one thing I was gonna say, I'm trying to remember what it was. Well yeah, using the roof is always an advantage, having somebody watching and spotting as they hop down. But yeah, blowing up the B and everything like that's very smart.
You were gonna talk about using sniper against helos.
Oh yeah, well this is I always get the helo right here. I mean helos are easy for me. Hopefully you have a sniper too that are worth a damn. I'll get a helicopter every fucking time, guaranteed. I don't care who the pilot is.
And so
ask level anyone that's ever gone against me. Oh, I just wait. I mean it hovers around. It tries to find you. I mean the helicopter's not going to just stay away from you.
Okay.
It's got to hover around the objectives. It's a small area. I mean look at the gap between the objectives. That's nothing. The good advantage of being on defense, and the one thing when attacking that people do not value, is the fact that people can come back here and protect. The only way up here, back here, is from the stairs right there. You know, and no one ever takes these stairs. No one ever takes them. So when you plan an objective, stand right here and cover, because unless they're like way over there, they're not going to do anything. This is one of the best areas to cover B. Is that little head glitch right there?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
While you're attacking.
Yeah.
We'll take the MCOMs, and I'll show you the value of the spawn beacon.
Okay.
We got a couple people in here now.
That's alright. And really, putting a spawn beacon any farther back than what you put it will not get you to A or B. Or maybe
well, one of the catches is too is if what I call the overlap beacon, and it's where you put a beacon far back. And fly in your next death, and then where you land, use that beacon.
Oh, so you're basically
so you're even closer. Yeah, it's like a leapfrog beacon, if you will.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Got it.
And another thing I like to do, just to give a head start, if you know how to do it, I do from from experience.
Yeah.
Is I put a beacon like right down here, and then when I know the timer's gonna come in, I end up parachuting, and I can land almost right at the tip of that hill.
And what is the timing between when you?
I don't know. I just do it by feeling. I know what I'm used to.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to articulate that. I want to say it's like maybe. Oh, I see where you're going. I want to say it's maybe what 15 seconds, maybe more than that. I mean, because you landed it and you're. Oh. Wait.
I died because I wasn't thinking about it.
But I see what you mean, though.
But yeah, that's what I mean. That beacon was still behind the wall. I would be able to put it down and land damn near at the top of the hill. Now this is the one that gets a little challenging. This is where their stuff spawns. The catch is, where am I at right now? Oh, I'm spawning on this guy. All right. I'm back up here.
This one I'm more familiar with because this is one of the big squad. This is actually the first stage of Squad Rush, where you can do some really extreme flanks on both the left and right side. And if you can get an RPG through the walls to break them up, you can get embedded either into this office building or alternatively near the double stacks where A is and go from there.
Now. My suggestion for defense on this side, have half of your team waiting at the top of this hill right here. The best way to prevent a successful rush on this is actually in these rocks. When people are running back and forth, because the thing is there's so many like big rocks to promote cover on the way down. A is extremely vulnerable to the point that they usually leave B alone. You see all those rocks back there all the way down?
Yes.
You can be behind those rocks all the way down till you get to the back of the base.
Yeah, no, that's right. I am familiar with that. In fact, because we've used that quite a bit, and I'm actually going to go through it on the video right now, just for those who don't know what I'm talking about.
Where I'm shooting right now, you can also put a beacon anywhere right here, just as soon as you're over the first hump, and this beacon from this range will let you land on A or B from like this high up. I mean, you got the extra altitude because you're just higher, you know what I mean? So it's a little extra nudge.
Yeah. I mean, so really for the defense, what we're talking about is somewhat of an aggressive offense, just to give yourself the, to strip away a few of the tickets here and there. The area that I'm familiar with, and this is more of an area that you utilize after you get A and B, is you can use these sort of side rocks on the far left side, and you get access to this little sort of area that allows you to be underneath or sort of adjacent to the dam area. It sort of gives you access to jumping off the cliff without actually being on the helo pad when you do it.
Alright, let's see here.
But nonetheless, I feel pretty good about this side. I know that the far left, the far left and right, east and west sides rather, are if you can get guys in there, I mean, you can basically.
I wanna show you an example of something. I taught you about my recon support switch for this map, the value of it. Yeah. All right, where are you at?
I'm at B right now, or about to be at B.
This is one of the areas where it's the best tool to use. I'm here at B. I need you to kill me.
This guy just tried to kill me. Hold on a second.
I see you. Yeah. Now what I do, even though my parachute's far back, I'm not going to be able to show you what's going on. Right here is if I die and my beacon's somewhat relatively close to these walls or anything like that, I parachute in as support with my C4.
Yes.
And I basically go to town. I just drop them from the top and I go crazy with it. And this thing's got like crazy range, so I can sit up here. And I just can sometimes just put a wall. I'll just put a wall down. And then I just go to town with it. No matter how many there are. It's great to clear out an objective. It's great to blow up walls. One thing I needed to do is... this is also an area that they'll have the Jeep. Yes. The only way the Jeep ever comes in is right here. It's like the only way to get the Jeep in. So if you want to put mines or something right in front of this gate...
Yes, I know what you mean.
Protecting this is probably one of the more difficult ones to protect because of the building and everything like that, but they easily give up the building.
Yes.
The walls break down It's very hard to get out of A. If you're defending, you basically have to funnel in and out. There are little things like being able to climb over top of the little watchtower. You can go through the doors and go over the wall immediately, shit like that. So
that makes sense.
So yeah, that's one thing that I would suggest for this area is the ability to parachute in with C4. It does a lot of damage, scares the hell out of people, and it's great when you have something planted.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
Yeah, go and start doing it. A few observations that I have about not necessarily defending these points, but what you do after defending these points is that once the attackers have done their push, the defenders can still seed guys on the helipad even after the transition, and it's really, if you got 2 or 3 face melters in there on that helipad, then they can really get down a lot of the attacking team's tickets just by sort of being a buffer, if you will, and delaying their ability to all jump out the helo, which is sort of one of the reasons why knowing this far west side rock underpass thing is so important, because if you have a defending team that knows how to do that, they're gonna at least strip away 10, 15, 20 tickets off you. So
all right, now where are you at?
I'm in the helo right now.
All right, head on down.
Alright, I'm good.
Now, the helicopters in a pub really don't make too much of a difference, but when you got people that know what the hell they're doing, they're going to make a difference on this. For one, because they can help shred walls, and this is where support's really going to come in handy. You're going to want a couple of beacons up top here. Where you at?
I'm in the helo still. I'm looking at the building.
Well, hop on the roof.
I'm on the roof. I just see you killed a guy.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Knife me. I don't see you.
I'm in the helo.
Where the fuck's the helo?
I'm right behind you.
Well, hop out. Come on. Beacons. Obviously, you could put like a beacon right here, so they spawn right here. Stuff like that, so they don't have to parachute in right underneath this.
That's good to know. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Now this is what I want to teach you. You see where A is?
I'm watching.
You see where A is?
Yeah.
Okay. You see where that landed?
Does it land right on top of A?
Yes.
Oh,
you
man.
get that planted, have a guy up here with C4, just toss them down one by one, you hold it the whole time.
And so, as a defender's position, it's really, really important to hold this roof then.
This roof is everything. If you lose this roof, you lose everything. It's plain and simple.
And likewise, if you're attackers, if you take this roof, once you get one guy on it to set the charge, then you can just support it like mad.
Yep, and drop it right up top. Somebody caches the C4 down. It's the easiest way to protect it, because this is probably the most difficult one to hold. Okay. Because it's such a small room, there are entryways from not only the roof, but 3 doors, and it's just a very, very difficult one to control in this map on Rush. B's quite easy. Now, the one little area I like to do with B, you want to come over here with B, and it's quite simple, but nobody ever pays any attention to it. You got the simple one you got to worry about. People hide right there. But what I like to do is when I plant B over here, I like to just go hide and lay down straight behind, one of these little pieces of cover, one of these little brick walls.
Okay.
Because no one ever looks over here. They just run straight because the spawns are like over there behind the barrel. So when you're in here and you plant something, just lay down right here. No one can see you. You're safe.
Oh, I see.
No one ever looks there. And you're in the bushes, no one looks. It's great cover. You can sit on top of these, suppress, put a bipod up, whatever you need to do. Great things to do is these little guys right here. You get in here and you can do some stuff and do some damage and blow these walls out. All these walls can be blown up.
Yeah, I am aware of that. And the helo, I suppose, can blow out all these walls just with machine gun, right?
I believe so. Not to mention then you also have full vulnerability for anyone inside.
Yes.
You'd be able to use the helo and do some heavy work.
Alright, I get that. Okay.
Yeah, those are explosive, yeah. So yeah, it's a good way to breach, sneak inside.
Go ahead and go and arm the next MCOM. Let's talk about
Alright.
God damn it.
Now the next set is very, very difficult. I'll show you the opportune area to cover. But yeah, I mean, I'll show you.
I mean, for the next portion, I sort of view it in the same way as playing 64-man Rush on Metro. It's you basically have a couple of lanes, and if you have competent people as defenders, there's no way they can push through. I mean, do you think that's...
Defending is a lot more difficult in this set than you think. Because I think the hardest to attack, but the easiest to lose is this one right here. This one defending is easy mode. Defending on this set is like, yeah, it's entirely different. It's hard to explain. Defending is only easy if you have a better team.
Yeah.
Like if you guys are on par with each other, they should be able to run straight through, or a good defense should be able to hold off on attackers to the point that they never even make it to one MCOM.
Yes. Okay.
Defending on this set is extremely easy.
Because you have sort of the far east and west auxiliary tunnels. You have the two main tunnels, and that's it. And you'll have some tanks that'll push up back and forth.
You can also fly the vehicles through the...
Yeah. I'm familiar with that.
The catch being, and that's what's good with a recon. If you got a recon in the helicopter with you, you get behind and you can play it out beacon. There are a couple areas they can show you where to put a beacon if you do get that flank off, that no one ever finds them. But where are you right now?
I'm at BCOM right now.
Alright, swing up here to the front by the giant fucking thingy.
Tongue truck?
Yeah.
I'm here.
You could probably have a squad. You could probably have a squad fully protect you guys. You know this little head glitch right here, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's like the easiest fucking head glitch right here. And if you have a guy or two watching the other side, you can go all day doing that. I guess this is what I would do. Now, in this tactic, if you realize nothing's working properly, what I would do is just get 4 people with assault. Everyone needs to have smoke, and just smoke the tunnel as you run down it. Because if you guys funnel, you need to have a presence in the tunnels or in the hallways.
Yes.
But if these guys keep funneling into them, all it takes is 2 guys with LMGs.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Done. I mean, so I guess the greatest weakness, but also the greatest advantage is running straight down the tunnels with a couple guys with smoke.
Yeah.
Because if you keep doing that and reloading and you guys alternate, you could make it clear all the way down.
And to me, I think that's really one of the only ways you can do it, and it's a tactic that will most surely result in a lot of ticket loss in the process, because you're essentially throwing bodies at it, almost like it's like Stalingrad almost. But nonetheless, once you can get 2 to 3 of the guys through that 100-yard dash into sort of the main area where you got the Tonga truck near the B and A, and you have the gas tanks, and you actually have the MCOMs themselves, then you can win it. But with smoke, you're going to be throwing maybe 8, 10 guys at it, and half of them will probably get gunned down easily.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I mean,
a good little hiding place if you do get the backside of this. Now that remember, B, even though it's indoors here, B is fully safe. You can take out the walls of that.
Yeah.
So on defense, that's what I do. I immediately, if C4 this wall right here, and take that out so I know when it's open and it's vulnerable. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of tanks around here.
Oh yeah.
The thing that I like is if I get behind here with the spawn beacon, the one really crazy place that no one ever looks is right here. Put a beacon here or here, no one ever knows, no one ever finds it. They run straight the fuck by. You got the fire right here blurring the other side, and yeah, it's just easy cover.
The far west side, understood. Okay, I see what you mean. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's quite easy. I mean, if you can get to the MCOMs, it's fun. You're gonna need a present. You're gonna need people. Even smoking the hallways is not a bad idea, which is gonna pull people to spray with LMGs. That's gonna be their only shot.
Yeah.
I like to weave in and out of the hallways.
Yes.
That's what I like to do.
I'm more adverse to the idea of sending guys through those hallways, because it can be so easily protected by 1 or 2 LMG guys on the other side who have decent position. I really like that going through the middle smoke idea, because I mean you got 150 tickets. you know you're going to lose 20 or 30 maybe pushing it up like that, but that's okay if you can get guys into that position. Sometimes you got to sacrifice some of your tickets in order to do it.
Yeah.
And so, okay, this was very helpful, Pwnstar. I appreciate the insights on here as someone who doesn't play Rush that often. So, are there any other closing thoughts that you wanted to mention this?
Nope. Try to take advantage of recons. If you got 32 people in your team, I'd say put a recon in each, because that's a lot of people they could parachute in. If people are too occupied with looking at the sky, that'll give the people on the ground a lot of leeway to run in there. So those first 2 sets, I would recommend recon per set. After that, it's fair game, and you got to make use of those support guys too. Second set, if you rain it down or even take advantage of the roof, you blow the walls, you could do a lot of damage, especially covering A from that, which is probably the most difficult MCOM in the whole map.
Okay.
So yeah, just make sure you play the proper roles. Support and recon are probably the most important ones for this map, whether or not it's cover, and trying to get in there. Smoke is going to be a key in the last set.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks again, Pwnstar, and we will see what happens.